So I found this article to be very, very interesting. Unemployment falls by 818,000 in latest government revision. So essentially what they're saying is that the report that came out, it was wrong. So they said that they were off by a lot. So this is definitely going to come into play when the Fed is deciding on what to do at the Fed meeting. Now, it is predicted that at the September Fed meeting that Jerome Powell is going to make a rate cut to the Fed rate. It has been all over the board, whether it is going to be 75 basis points, 50 basis points, 25 basis points. I personally think it's going to be 25 basis points, which would bring the Fed rate to around 5%. And me personally, I think we are going to sit at 5% for the remainder of 2024. And they're going to see how it plays out. Does inflation go up? Does inflation stay the same? Does inflation go down? But I will say that the job report coming out is going to have a significant impact on how many rate cuts we see in 2024 and how many basis points. So I am under my prediction is that we will see just one rate cut in 2024, and that being in September. There are economists that are predicting that we will see 3 rate cuts in 2024, which I personally think is insane. I just don't see that happening, but there are some people that are saying that that could happen. So, I mean, I personally think that we just need to obviously keep our eyes on the Fed meeting in September, and just kind of see where we go from here. I think that personally, just my personal opinion, I think that inflation would skyrocket if we had 3 rate cuts in 2024, because it's going to put downward pressure on mortgage rates. And then how is the home prices not going to skyrocket again? We just talked about buyer demand and how, like, if you have buyer demand increase, the home prices increase. So I just keep that in mind. I don't see it. So we'll see. He is expected to deliver a speech at 10 a.m. on Friday. And hopefully it kind of gives us a little indication on what he is thinking. Now, he's always very vague to me personally. But we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. So my prediction, essentially, like I just said, is that if he does do a rate cut in September, we are most likely going to see downward pressure on mortgage rates if they're not already priced in. And I think we're just going to remain kind of here for the rest of 2024. If he does drop rates multiple times, the Fed rate multiple times, I do expect us to see mortgage rates come down and then buyer demand come up and then prices go up. So this was another article that I thought was super, super interesting. So it is home price forecast for the next 5 years. So it says NAR as of April 2024 paints a picture that the median existing home sale prices remain high, near record highs at $393,500 for existing home sales and $430,700 for new construction. I will say that these numbers are, Delaware is higher than these numbers. I would say by like $40,000. Our median home price for existing sales is more like between like 430 essentially, and our new construction is more like 474. I don't think I could get you into a house below that, to be honest with you, especially with all of the upgrades and everything else. So Delaware, like I said, is just, I wouldn't say significantly, but slightly higher than the numbers that they have right now. So they think that essentially price increases are going to be across the board nationally, which I also predict too, especially since what we just talked about with the Fed. So they think that while right now the mortgage rates might slightly diverge, they think that there's going to be a gradual upward trend in mortgage rates for the next 2 years. And this aligns with Freddie Mac as well. So buyers can expect to hover in the mid to high single digits through 2026. And then we would potentially see a stabilization or even a slight decrease in rates by 2028. Now, this hinges heavily on the broader economic climate. So yeah, we're going to have to kind of see what the Fed does. It says if we have a sluggish economic performance, it could prompt the Fed to ease back on the brakes and potentially lead to lower mortgage rates. So like I just said, it really just depends what the Fed decides to do towards the end of, well, either in September and towards the end of 2024. But I really think that Jerome Powell is going, because he's going for that soft landing, I really think that he is more of a, we'll change one thing and then we'll wait it out and see what happens. So I just don't expect any more rate decreases in 2024. So it says inventory is going to remain limited. Now, we are seeing builders are continuing to build, which is great, but I'm definitely not seeing it at the rate that we were building in during COVID personally. I know a lot of salespeople that I've talked to in new construction, their sales are down. Now this depends on different areas of Delaware, but like the beaches, for example, are not like they're busy. I was just down there yesterday and they are booming. And places like Middletown, they are also building, but places like Smyrna, honestly, we have seen a little bit of a dip. And what we're finding is that buyers are looking for amenities. They want places that if they're paying an HOA fee, that it has a clubhouse, that it has an outdoor pool, that it has walking trails, they want the works essentially. And they also want the amenities as like for shopping. They want the grocery stores, they want the Costco, Sam's Club, all those things, the Walmart, all of these things, they want all of the to be in the area and be in a close vicinity. So at least in Smyrna, for example. So that is what I'm seeing just in the past few weeks. But I do expect that inventory is going to remain limited, especially if these rates come down. And then we have this underlying demand that is just waiting for the rates to come down, as we saw in the other article. And we're ultimately we're just going to have to, we're going to have to, hopefully builders start building, but I really think we need to incentivize builders and fix the supply concerns more than the demand concerns personally. And if this $25,000 does go into effect, I fear what could happen to the market. I think we would be very close to where we were during COVID personally. So just something to keep in mind. Alrighty, so switching over to mortgage rates. So mortgage rates did fall to 6.46% this week. So they're calling it buyer-friendly end of summer. So for those, like I said in that one article, they said because rates were under 6.5 that they were ready to purchase because they were afraid that as the rates became lower, that prices were going to increase and they would rather buy now and then refinance. Now, we did see a significant amount of refinances come through the mortgage application world this past week. Mostly it was the buyers that purchased in the past 2 years, essentially, maybe a year, that they're sitting, well above 7, and they're saying at 6.46%, they can save $200 a month, sometimes more, depends on, what the program was, how much you put down, your equity in the home. There's many different factors that go into it, but we did see rates start to fall, which, I feel like is a good thing, but at the same time, I know that I know that it's going to drive prices up. So I'm fully expecting to see people come out of the woodworks in wanting to get back into this market, especially if they have been sitting on the sidelines. So if you are one of those buyers, please reach out. My information is down below. No. I really hope that this video helped. If it did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you are a buyer that is looking to purchase in Delaware, I would absolutely love the opportunity to help you. My information is down below in the description, so please feel free to send me an email. If you are a seller that is looking to sell your property in Delaware, I would also love the opportunity to help you. There is a link down below in the description for an instant valuation of what your home is worth, or you can send me an email and I can send you a personalized CMA. Once again, I really hope this video helped. If it did, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Hey, if you were thinking about moving to Delaware, you should definitely check out this video right here. And if you would love to tour Delaware new construction homes with me, check out this playlist right here. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel.